before the video begins. This is part 6 to the Genderbend series. If you haven't seen any of the other parts, go ahead and watch them first or you may be lost. Links will be in the description. On another note, thank you all for 60,000 subscribers. I know I haven't really been consistent these past few months, so just seeing you all still here really amazes me. Thank you all so much for still being here with me. I love you all so much. I really hope you all enjoy this special video. Now, on with the video. "7:17 a.m. in the common area.
Mina, what's wrong with you? Yeah, you usually don't behave like this. Please calm down. You're going to fall."
I don't know.
Ashido used his acid to make holes in the wall and ceiling, making a rock climbing experience.
Right behind you, man. Eureka floated himself up into the holes by the ceiling fans, releasing himself when he was in reach of a hole.
Ashido. Eureka. Get down. You're going to injure yourselves. Let alone, you're going to be in big trouble for causing so much property damage. I think I know what's going on. What do you think it is? Oh, it's manly time.
That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, it's something I call it. And, it's what exactly? Well, it's when I just want to throw myself into a wall. Why would you do that? Not literally. Just,
Like an adrenaline rush?
Yeah. My mom would tell me that it's the testosterone in men. Of course she would. But, I've never acted this reckless? Yeah. This is unacceptable. Mon ami, save your breath. I'm sure Aizawa has seen the security cameras. Security cameras? The one in the corner. I've never seen that. That is an invasion of privacy. My, you may be right. Who knows what those cameras may have seen?
Aoyama turned toward Shoji and Jiro, winking, before patting Aida's back and walking towards the kitchen. Shoji and Jiro shared a look.
I don't know what the fuck that little exchange was between the three of you, but if I see it again, I'm kicking your ass. No need for the aggression. You'll know everything you need to know, eventually. Fucker. Stop being weird. It's 7:28 in the morning. How are you already yelling?
It's like her fuse gets shorter and shorter every day.
Shut up, losers. You're all annoying.
It's okay, Bakuga. I'm sure something will be in your favor today. I can feel it, Kero.
This is why you don't completely annoy me, frog face.
Hey Eureka. I wanna try something. You leap, I catch. It's like you're on my level.
Guys. I don't think that that's the best idea.
Before Ashido could leap, he slipped from the course. Oh shit. Midoriya activated Ofa and ran to catch Ashido, before he could fall to his death.
Ashido. Are you okay? Ashido took a deep breath.
Holy shit.
Are you alright? That could have been bad.
That was awesome. Let's do that again.
Let's not and say we did. You could have been seriously injured, Ashido. You do realize that, right? Eureka floats down.
Sanmi. That was crazy.
Sanmi?
Well, you don't have a name yet, and that was the first thing that came to mind. I like it, Kero. Oh yeah. It sounds so sweet but manly at the same time. Oh yeah. It sounds great and hella manly. Thank you, Kiryu. I owe it to you. Huh? Oh. I love it. Love everything about it. It sounds perfect. It's just so, what's the word? Manly? Yes.
Oh, now everyone wants to use my word? Hey, I love your word, man. Thanks, man. Shut up. Shouldn't we be heading to class? Yes, we should. You know, I've seen Mina get in trouble.
It's Sanmi.
Right, Sanmi. But I'm excited for class because I've never seen Eureka get in trouble.
Why would I?
He looked up at the damages they've done.
Oh.
The hype is over. Time to pay the consequences.
Oh man.
I hope everyone is ready, because we're leaving. Bakuga?
Bakuga raised an eyebridge.
I now understand your frustration with everyone. Rude. I said what I said. Ha. You're not half bad for eyes. Now, let's go. In class. Uraraka and Ashido stand before Aizawa, heads lowered and not making eye contact.
Mr. Aizawa.
Aizawa's scarf wrapped around Uraraka, covering his mouth.
I didn't say you could talk. But.
Eyes turning red, his scarf wrapped around Ashido too.
Where should I begin? The part where you destroyed school property, or the fact that you've put yourselves in a very stupid situation? Because of what? Hormones? Mr. Aizawa, if I may. Go on. I firmly agree that what they did is completely unacceptable, but what? Considering the fact that neither of them have done something like this, don't you think they've only done this as a side effect of the quirk? I mean, hormones could be a part of it, and it's something we don't really know how to control these feelings. Do you remember what I said yesterday? I told everyone that if you use your quirks out of emotion, there will be consequences.
He turned back to Ashido and Uraraka.
During quirk training, I will personally be right beside you, teaching. You will have combat training today, but for the next week, you will have to sit on the sidelines doing homework sheets, while the rest of your class trains.
He released them.
That's it? And, oh man. During combat training today, you're both going to be Bakuga's punching bag for 1 minute.
Just a minute? You insult me. Stop copying me, pink fuck.
Pipe down, sweet thing.
Sweet thing?
Aizawa, that's just enough time to get out of Blasty's explosions, haha.
You mother.
3 minutes. What? Wait. 5 minutes. Ashido. Stop talking. But, I was just kidding. 10 minutes. Are you sure you really want to continue speaking? Ashido stayed quiet.
Ha. Look where that big mouth of yours got you, dumbass. I'm going to make sure you regret calling me that stupid bullshit.
She smirked evilly, making Ashido audibly gulp.
Mr. Aizawa. How is leaving them as Bakuga's punching bag an appropriate punishment? Don't you think house arrest is a better punishment?
And have them destroy the dorms even more? I don't think so.
Aizawa turned back to Ashido and Uraraka.
Go back to your seats.
They walked to their seats, heads down.
It's gonna feel even worse because Bakuga's the girl this time. Please stop talking. Now, I know some of you have given yourselves first names already, but the rest of you do not. Use the first 15 minutes of class to brainstorm a first name. Aida, wake me up in 15 minutes.
He pulls out his yellow sleeping bag, lays down, and falls asleep instantly.
Sometimes I wish I could fall asleep that fast.
Me too, but my thoughts are just too loud at night. Mine too. Hold those depressing thoughts. I have it. Have what? In this form I am no longer Yuga, I am now Shane. Shane Aoyama? It surprisingly fits you. Of course it does, it's Aoyama we're talking about. Thank you. No problem. Oh wait. I think I have the perfect name for some of you guys. Well, what is it? I'm a little concerned for some of you guys. I have nothing, so if I'm one of them, please tell me. I have nothing either. Yes, this isn't exactly my strong suit.
I may have some ideas too.
Well, you heard Aizawa, let's get this show on the road. You're all idiots.
The class continued to discuss and brainstorm. Some laughed, others rolled their eyes. But in the end, everyone was left satisfied.
I should probably wake up Aizawa now, right?
No need to worry, Aida, I'm up. You're all too loud. Sorry.
I'm not. Of course you aren't. Shut it.
Right. Well, hurry up and tell me your names so I can write them down and share them with the other teachers that know. Aoyama, we'll start with you, and then you all make your way up and down the rows. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Aoyama, begin.
My fabulous name is the epitome of.
If you all have a speech prepared, I don't care. Just say your name so we could head to the gym. We have a joint training with Class 1B today. Aoyama?
Fine. My fabulous name is Shane Aoyama.
Sanmi Ashido. Keru Asukero.
I'm Engine Ida, sir.
I'm Kirayo Uraraka.
Amai Sato. Simona Koda. Call me, Raku Kirishima. And me, Genkina Kaminari. Machiya Jiro. Yude Shoji.
Kikujiro.
I'm Shiru Sero. Tori Takoyami. Bakura Todoroki.
Sakusa Yayoi Orozu.
Marui Mineta. Yukan Midoriya. Katsuka Bakugao.
And I'm Waga Hagakure. I won't say who, but some of your names sound ridiculous.
What would you know? Yeah, cut us some slack. We had 15 minutes and it's not permanent either.
I'm loving the sass you can.
You're already in trouble. Are you sure you want to keep talking?
I don't know who to agree with. Just grab your uniform and head to the gym.
The students hurriedly made their way out of the class, and to the gym.
They began stretching, waiting for Class 1B to arrive.
Would someone be able to help me stretch? I don't feel the pull. Yeah, I'll help you. That's weird.
Jiro internally facepalmed.
Why would that be weird?
Yes, we all help each other stretch all the time. This isn't any different.
Kaminari looked up from stretching Aoyama's leg.
Yeah, if anything, it's kind of hot.
Can't argue with that. That's my best friend. But like I've said, don't get any bright ideas. I already told you that's weird. And that's not me anymore. I don't know. You said it for a reason. What are you hiding? Hiding? Me? I'm not hiding anything. It seems like you are.
Do I have to get the answer out of you like I do with Kaminari?
Well, that hasn't been very successful now, has it? Shoji. Not cool. Shoji shrugged.
Kaminari. I will get my answer. Give it a rest, Kero.
I don't understand how it seems to be that everyone has secrets.
Well, it's no secret that Hagakure was right.
About what? Ashido leaned into Midoriya's face with a smirk on his face.
That all the girls are all pretty hot. Midoriya's face turned red and looked anywhere but at him.
Leave the nerd alone, Pinky.
I don't normally know, or agree with Bakuga's, but it does seem a little extreme if she's saying something about it. Before anybody could react, Midoriya jumped into Ashido's arms, making him catch her bridal style.
It's not extreme if it's not unwanted. Isn't that right, Sanmi? This time, it was Ashido who turned red. Whether it was from embarrassment or shyness, no one will know. Monoma scoffed and turned the other way.
I stand corrected, my bad. I never thought I'd ever had to say this.
He mumbled.
Midoriya, stop flirting with Ashido.
Midoriya scrambled off of Ashido's arms, turning red and apologizing profusely.
You're so cute, Yukon. Kirishima decided to divert the attention.
Oh hey. It's you guys. Is this the rest of your class?
Yeah.
I know you've met 5 of us already. Why don't the rest of our classmates introduce themselves? Sounds wonderful.
Are we really going to do more introductions? Such a waste of time. Yeah, we know who they are. You do? That's a little weird. Look everyone, my temporary class had to learn many things before arriving to the school, including everyone's names.
But, how are we supposed to know their names at least?
You could find that out during training, on your own time, so I don't have to hear it. Kaminari side-eyed Bakuga, who rolled her eyes. She smiled brightly.
I may not be great in remembering names, but I'm excited to get to know you all in person. And I hope you feel the same about me. Sen whispered to Juzo.
Seeing that she looks like a Bakuga, is it weird that she's not that bad looking? I would have assumed she would have been loud and brash, but so far she's so nice.
Jiro laughed, making everyone, including the 2, look up at him.
Katsuka Bakuga is probably the kindest person you'll ever meet.
If, and only if, you're on her good side.
Good side? Bakuga appeared in between Juzo and Sen, throwing her arms around their shoulders, pulling them in.
Tell you what.
She smiled.
You see that pink fuck and pink cheeks from my class?
Yeah.
I was given permission for those 2 to be my personal punching bags, for 10 minutes.
Alright.
So as soon as that time runs out, I'm coming for you both next.
She gripped their hair and forced them to their knees.
Get used to being on your knees, because the only way you'll get mercy from me is if you beg for it.
They gulped in fear.
Enjoy these last 10 minutes of freedom.
At the end of the day, Bakugas are still Bakugas. Quiet man. Are you trying to die?
Katsuka is a wild card. I'd recommend listening to him.
I can take on anyone.
You're all talk for someone with a shadow quirk. She stepped forward, but Shihei didn't back down.
I will drag you across this battlefield like I did with that Aoyama pipsqueak.
How dare you bring my cousin's name into this?
Bakuga's hand sparked.
Leave my friends out of this. We'll settle this out on the field. Got it?
It'll be a pleasure.
We got us a fight. Please forgive them and any problems they may cause.
It's alright Ibera, they'll be supervised.
I don't condone this.
I'll beat her Ibera, for our class.
Desperate for a win. Poor things haven't won one thing. I'm rooting for you all. Too bad I'll be disappointed once again.
Excuse me. How? Alright.
Principal Nizu?
What are you doing here, Principal Nizu? Kero. I'm here to guide Aizawa on how to supervise today's class.
Guide?
What needs guiding for a normal joint class training?
Right. Normal. Let's go with that.
Pony turned toward Shihei.
I'd be careful if I were you.
What? Let's begin. Please, head to your proper start positions and ready yourselves. I believe Bakugao has the course in the meantime, along with Yurerika and Ashido. Oh man. This is where we die.
Ha.
Head to the mock city. You will only be allowed to use a quarter-mile radius of the selected area. Ashido, Yurerika, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out based on Nizu's coaching, so because of that, you will be allowed to fight right back. If you want this match to end early, you will either knock out or immobilize Bakugao.
Ha. Good luck.
10 minutes will start as soon as I say begin. You three, these 10 minutes are all yours. Stop getting excited about this. Why wouldn't I be excited to see these students in action for the first time? I hate you. You really don't. Both classes went toward the sidelines of the city. Bakugao smiled as she stretched for a second, eyeing her targets approaching the field.
Katsuchan, just please don't kill them.
Bakugao smirked.
No promises, Yuki. Did they just give each other nicknames? Well, they never did call each other by their names. That was fast. Nah, seems pretty on brand. How adorable. I felt your sarcasm from down here.
Bwahahaha.
Class 1B turned over to the other class after hearing laughter.
They are making fun of us. How could you be so sure? Well, they're literally laughing.
I don't think so. Class 1A might be competitive, but I don't think their family is more, what's the word? Loud?
Annoying?
Resentful? A bit of everything, I suppose.
Let's make them regret ever laughing at us. We'll send a message to Class 1A and they'll know how superior Class 1B really is.
I swear, you make it harder and harder to not slap you every time you open your mouth.
I'll be sure to send the message, starting with that Bakugao girl.
This is gonna be fun.
Maybe we should just watch for now. Bakugao's hands sparked.
Good luck, assholes. You're gonna need it.
Oh man. This would have only lasted a minute if you had kept your mouth shut. Oh, don't blame me. You're literally all to blame. Don't start with me, Yurerika. Begin. Yurerika and Ashido dodged an immediate attack from Bakugao.
Being distracted is asking for a death wish.
Hey Sanmi, is your acid flammable? It's acid. Of course it's flammable. Bakugao blasted herself in the air, before launching towards the two.
Die.
She sent a powerful explosion their way, blasting them back into the nearest building and falling to the floor with a thud.
45 seconds in. How will you ever survive 10 minutes? Ha ha ha. They quickly stood up, grunting through the pain to avoid any possible weak points Bakugao could take advantage of.
I see what you're saying now.
He whispered.
You want me to surround her in acid? One spark from Bakugao's blasts and she'll be surrounded in flames.
Stop talking and fight. Bakugao released a series of AP shots above the duo.
Ha. You missed.
I never miss.
Watch out. Yurerika pushed Ashido out of the way of the falling building, getting hit in the shoulder by a big chunk of debris.
Easy. Come on guys. You got this. Strategize. I know you both could do this. Kick her ass.
Bakugao fumed.
Traitors. Whatever happened to girls being on each other's side? Her eyes teared up a bit.
Oh come on. Let the guys win.
Let? Ashido and Yurerika turned to each other as the others began to pick at Bakugao.
Remember that move I did at the sports festival against Bakugao? You mean the one you attempted to take him out with? Yes, I remember.
Yurerika deadpanned.
Look, we're going to try that again. And how do I help? You have to coat every piece of debris in sight, and I'll float them in the air and keep them there. We just have to keep her vision at ground level so she doesn't see it coming. But you'll burn your fingertips if you touch my acid. You just need to coat enough for a spark to hit it. When they all come crashing down, she's going to attempt to blow them up, but it's just going to trigger a chain reaction that she won't be able to deflect. Midoriya saw what looked like a tear fall out of Bakuga's eye.
Enough. Midoriya's voice boomed across the course, activating One for All at the same time.
Whoa. Mida.
She used Black Whip to wrap around Yaoi Orozu, silencing him and pulling him towards her face. Aizawa stepped forward, but Nizu stopped him.
What are you doing? I need to stop this. Haven't you ever trusted your students? Of course not. Stop acting in something that hasn't even happened yet, Aizawa. It's all unnecessary stress. You're ridiculous. Listen to me, and just observe before you act. Midoriya's eyes glowed in fury. Ashido and Eureka used this time to begin their plan.
You can't blame me for acting like this, when you and the class president did nothing to stop the bantering. Midoriya.
Midoriya used her other hand to yank Aida forward with Black Whip.
Speak of the devil. It's amazing how you're about to tell me what's right and wrong, but you don't say anything when they corner Katsuchin.
Bakuga watched Midoriya, until her eyes widened in realization. She turned back toward the course, not seeing Ashido or Eureka in sight. Bakuga scouted the area, and spotted a blur of pink to her right. She saw Ashido coating the floor in clear acid. She wiped her eyes, gaze hardening.
Oh hell no.
Bakuga slightly looked back towards the students, and noticed Principal Nizu smiling at her. He winked and pointed towards the two others on the course. Bakuga scowled before evilly smiling as she formed a plan in her head. She ran into the nearest building, without being sighted.
Hey Midoriya.
Her gaze turned toward Mineta.
Look, like I'm one to talk, but being the overprotective friend is not the route to go. Excuse me? Aizawa and Nizu are watching you, and I know what everyone here did was wrong, but you can't go around wanting to throw people through a building because they were poking fun at Bakuga. She's right.
Midoriya turned to Shoji.
Even if some of us weren't a part of the bickering, it's not very fair for you to resort to the physical route. You and I are already on thin ice here, Yukon. Let's just take it easy here. Those two are the troublemakers?
They seem pretty nice. Seemed pretty nice. Kirishima hardened her arm, turning towards the voices.
Stay out of this. Hiraya raised his arms in a surrendering way.
My bad. Midoriya released Yaoi Orozu and Aida from her quirk. She muttered a quick apology and walked to Kirishima, placing a hand on her shoulder.
Like you're one to talk, Raku. My oh my. Kirishima really does help you. Huh? Yeah sure, everyone does. Except the class leaders, haha. Even they help me, it's just when things are in the moment, is when I get carried away. Sorry again. But let's watch Katsuchin win. Everyone turned back to the course, no student in sight.
Speaking of, where are those three? Kero.
A loud explosion shook the entire course. Both of the guys ran to an opened area of the course.
Shit. Where is she?
You really think you could win? Bakuga was watching Ashido and Eureka from the 4th floor of a 9-story building. She ran to a supporting beam, blasting it, as she hurried to destroy 3 others. She propelled herself towards the opposite side of the building, leaping out of the window only to blast herself upward. She pivoted around midair to release a fairly large explosion, giving the building a slight push when began to collapse.
Run.
They ran in the same direction they came from, as fast as they could to avoid the building crushing them. Ashido gasped as a piece of shrapnel scraped his side. The building roared throughout the city as it finally collapsed, smoke covering the area.
Oh my, haven't seen that move from Bakuga yet. You're evil. Ha 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 ha. As the dust cleared out, Bakuga ran on top of the pile of debris, and smirked when she spotted the two coughing from the smoke.
It's funny how you both really thought you could win this. And you had so much time to prepare.
You think we'd give up that easily? Think again, cutie. We have this in the bag. Bakuga's eye twitched.
What the hell are you talking about? Eureka smirked.
Release. Bakuga looked up when she heard a rumble come from above. Her eyes widened, before coming up with a quick plan.
I will not go down alone. AP shot. Bakuga aimed and fired at the acid-covered floor, causing the area around them to erupt into flames, trapping them in a tight spot.
What? Bakugo quickly looked up and smirked, readying one of her famous explosions.
Sneaky ass bitches.
She released an explosion. The avalanche of debris erupted into a huge fireball, forcefully coming Bakugo's way.
Not bad.
Bakugo shielded her face, as she was blown into the nearest building.
Katsuchin. I just wouldn't go running after her Midoriya. I'm sure everything is under control. But let's just see what Aizawa has to say about this. While some of the class tried to calm Midoriya down, Ashido collapsed to his knees. The smoke was becoming unbearable.
Come on, Ashido.
He gasped.
I could float us out of here. Head's fuzzy. Come he.
Eureka fell into a coughing fit before collapsing to the floor. Ashido gasped for air, only getting his lungs filled with smoke instead. He noticed black spots invading his vision. It didn't take long before allowing the spots to take over.
No. Now, Aizawa. You're psychotic. Todoroki. Put out the fire, now.
On it. Todoroki didn't hesitate to put out the flames with her eyes. Aizawa turned to his class.
First response.
Ida ran out of the course, on her way to Recovery Girl's office. Tokoyami, Sero and Midoriya made their way towards the building Bakugo was yeeted into. Sato, Shoji, Ajiro and Yayoi Orozu made their way to the fallen duo. Class 1B stood in shock.
They learned all of this? Just for a couple of days? Why don't we have protocols like this?
We're not that far ahead.
So you're telling me we're behind Class 1A's family? How is that possible?
I just hope they're all alright. That was intense. Pony poked Shihei.
Huh?
Watch yourself.
What? Do you have a vendetta against me?
Just warning. She smiled and walked away.
She's.
Don't be rude now.
Ugh.
Their breathing is shallow. They need oxygen.
On it.
Yayoi Orozu began making oxygen masks for the two. Ajiro and Sato checked them for visible injuries, but soon cleared them, just as Yayoi Orozu finished making the masks.
Sato, Ajiro. As soon as they are in the clear, please aid them to Recovery Girl. Shoji and Yayoi Orozu will accompany you in case they are needed.
Copy that. Yes, sir.
Sero swung out of the building. Midoriya and Tokoyami were slightly behind him, with Tokoyami carrying Bakugo bridal style, while Dark Shadow helped fly. Sero landed in front of Aizawa.
Bakugo seems to have a head injury and what looks to be a sprained ankle.
Understood. Tokoyami, take Bakugo to Recovery Girl. She should be expecting her.
Roger that.
Midoriya, I need you to stay here. Midoriya's lightning faded as she skidded to a stop, and turned to Aizawa.
But sir.
Bakugo will be fine. There's nothing more you could do right now. Plus, there's so much more you could do here. You're crossing a lot of lines, Nizu. Nonsense. Training just helps the students go beyond their limits. Plus Ultra, it seems to be time for the joint training. What do you say, Midoriya? Midoriya turned to her classmates, before turning over to Class 1B.
Usually Katsuchin would hate the idea of me fighting her fights.
Green lightning sparked as she made eye contact with Sen, Juzo and lastly, Shihei.
But she would also be disappointed knowing that she left some unfinished business here.
Kirishima laughed, raising her hardening arm as she stepped right beside Midoriya.
I know exactly where you're going with this. Hagakure walked up to Kirishima, talking only loud enough for her to hear him.
Does manly time also mean that you want to randomly go feral?
I guess that's another way of putting it, yes. Well then, looks like we have ourselves a fight. You bet. I'm ready.
Bring it on. Kero. I am now officially scared.
Let's get this show on the road.
Bring it. I'm not gonna live to see the rest of today.
We have ourselves a battle.
What have you done to my class? I'm only here for the show, Aizawa. Ready yourselves, students. Because this is a free-for-all, and no one should be holding back. Nizu. Begin.
The Mock City instantly turned into a smoky battlefield.
I really, truly, deep in my heart, despise you, Nizu. Ha 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 ha. Later that night.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
You're the only one who could reach it, so it's all we got.
Hurry, we might get caught.
Mineta took a few steps climbing the wall with her quirk.
I just don't get why we can't go into the security closet to look at footage in there.
There's a security closet?
How do you know this? Past is in the past. Can we just go in there?
Led the way.
From a distance.
All of this. For a condom? You're both ridiculous.
I didn't hear you opposed to any of this. You seemed pretty excited about it actually, which is weird. Well, coming from you at least. Oh, a little fun wouldn't hurt nobody.
Thank you, Aizawa.
Look, it's just a little odd seeing you being a part of a scheme like this. It's just not you.
There was an opportunity and I'm going for it. When else would there be a chance to have a little careless fun?
Period. I just wish you'd take it a little more easy. Our class isn't just a walk in the park. Like you're one to talk. Thank you, Aoyama.
Thank you, Kaminari. That really means a lot, and I'll be sure to consider not being too hard on myself as well.
Don't mention it. We'll always have each other's back. I hate to intrude, but I do believe they found what they're looking for. We should get going. Right. We should head upstairs and plan our next move.
Led the way.